We got a lot to talk about. We got some Death Stranding news, some Insomniac news, Stadia news, and Naughty Dog news. So let's swine dive right in. So first off, Death Stranding news, right? So for all the shit Death Stranding got as Kojima supposedly shitting on Americans and being real racist, right? Which I won't even go into at all. I'm not even doing that. I'm not even gonna do that. Y'all niggas know y'all like playing shooters. You know you like it. Death Stranding is the biggest new retail IP launch in Japan this entire generation, which I find ridiculous, especially with the Switch being out there. I'm gonna have to find out some more news on that because it's unbelievable to me. I can't believe that. Not saying that it's good news, but something doesn't seem right about that shit. But that's what they said, you know. Um, I checked quickly. This seems like the biggest IPs. Let's take a look here. We're gonna look at the IPs here. So let me just take a picture here. Not a picture. I'll actually take a peek at this. So Death Stranding actually debuted at 185,000 for the first week. Judgment did 153,000. Sekiro did 150. Bloodborne did 150. Arms, which is a Nintendo title, did 122,000. Days Gone did 114. Horizon Zero Dawn did 109. And Octopath did 109 as well. Good shit. Congratulations to Kojima Productions. You know what I mean? Um, so who knows? I think personally, Sony is looking at this shit too. They said that they were going to try to buy some studios, and they're going to see how big this is, how big this blows up, and I think they're going to scoop their asses up to be perfectly transparent with you. You know, I think they're going to do it. So let's go on to Stadia talks, right? So we got some Stadia news coming up too. Apparently, the developers for Stadia, they are actually afraid that Google's going to cancel that shit. You know what I'm saying? There were some people that were like, yo, Google won't cancel every fucking thing that they do. But I mean, it's some concern, you know? It's some absolute concern. Look at what they did with YouTube TV. YouTube, I'm sorry, YouTube Gaming, I believe it was called. I mean, they had it for a while. I tried to jump on that platform and it was half baked, you know what I'm saying? It was totally half baked, and they just threw that shit out there in hopes that somebody was going to do something with it and the name was going to carry it. And it didn't. It didn't, so I was like, oh shit. So they closed that down. So imagine if you bought all these games because you have to buy them, you're not renting them, and then that shit get closed down. So it's like, the fuck. Also, Stadia's launch, I'm not sure, I think it was launched already, but they said that its achievements don't even work, or it doesn't have a UI. The family sharing is not at launch either. So a rough start from Stadia and Google. I don't understand, like, as a company, you have that many billions of dollars, you still can't get it right. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I know that Sony and Microsoft was a little bit afraid of this company being as though it has a whole bunch of money and it's attached to so many fucking phones. How do you get it fucked up? Like, how do you get that fucked up? You have so much money. You're supposed to come out the gate. Even, I mean, Disney had their own shit and that had an issue too. But I mean, this is not a big thing. This is just in its, infancy stages, and it's still fucked up. Like, the fuck are you doing? Anyway, some Spider-Man Insomniac development news. It's not even actually Spider-Man news, to be honest. It's I didn't know that they were doing this, but apparently this was released, or they were working on this, and they had some interview with the Insomniac head in February of 2018. Um, this is called Project Stormland, and it's getting its launch on the Oculus platforms. It's a VR game. So again, this was before the acquisition of Sony. So I don't know. I mean, to me, I saw it. It almost looks like Destiny. You could tell that it was their B studio. They were not. They didn't have their whole hands in this shit. They didn't care, and you can clearly kind of see what's going on with that one. But I was interested in. I thought because it looked so much like Destiny. I was like, maybe it's a Destiny type game, but nah, nope. I don't know. I mean, it's funny because people are going to say that this is what Microsoft was doing with their games. It's how that Outworld thing did, or whatever the case is. They already were developing it and stuff like that, and it is a lot like it. I mean, you can't tell them to be like, nah, don't even release it. And to be honest with you, I think Sony is kind of like slowly putting that shit out there that they're going to start releasing some, PS or PC games. You know what I'm saying? I think that they want to have that precedent that that is something that they're going to do. They're definitely thinking about that and going forward because they could have just as easily canceled it, but they put so much work into it. I'm sure that would have pissed them off. You know what I'm saying? If Sony was like, "Oh, kill that shit." No, you good, fam. Turn that shit off and make the next Spider-Man. So I don't think that that's what they're going to do. Um, yeah, so I mean, if you can get it, if you could take a look, it's on IGN and it's on YouTube to see what they're doing. But next, we're gonna do some Naughty Dog reading about their hiring. Apparently, is for their multiplayer. Once again, this is interesting because I said something about this earlier this year about their multiplayer when they announced that you know they weren't going to do multiplayer when they first had that whole announcement that they were going to focus on single player. And then Sony basically also said that they're going to do some PC shit. There's going to be some PC games that they're going to do. But anyway, there was a tweet that went out that basically said, "Join us. We got some big ambitions, and we need your help to make it a reality." And they have an actual picture of The Last of Us 2. So obviously, you can kind of say that this is synonymous with The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. I told you guys, I think they're going to make an open world game where it's split up into like 4 different factions. And it's going to be that kind of big thing where you have to go out in this big ass environment. Not open world, but a big environment and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going to be a PC game. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you liked or disliked. And if you liked it, a sub would be appreciated. Thank you.